Alright guys, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We are about to get into Phoenix Wright third or second testimony when he pushed the victim. So let's go ahead and view it. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly, so I pushed him. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Oh boy.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock. And that, as I say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But, when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. When I pushed the victim, that sounds like a really good rap song. When I pushed the victim, he fell down on the ground and now he's dead. I don't know why, but he's not breathing. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. What was he saying? So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly.
He said that she was a bad girl.
What the hell is this fool talking about?
Bad girl? Is he talking about... What is he talking about? Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after we said that, I just lost it, okay? I lost my temper and I gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. This is what we should be pressing. What noise was it? A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud.
It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. What? Are you serious? You're not qualified to decide that.
How can a snap be something that sounds like... how does that qualify as sounding like something that gets electrified? Alright, so right now, what we want to do is pull up the bottom screen, so I need to go to OBS here. Boom. Let's ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. A sharp crack. Maybe like the bottle he had in his hand, the medicine X. Could it have been? Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us! When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and broke it. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail. Kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
Gavel! That's enough, Mr. Payne. The court agrees to the defense's request.
Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
Usually whenever they add anything, you gotta press it or pretty much present evidence on it.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
So what we want to do before we do anything here, let's actually save our game. So we created a suspend data so we can continue from that anytime we want, but now we want to continue. Yes. From save. Oh wow, we can start from the chapter start, but we're gonna start from the save point. But anyway, after I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. What happened next? So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and are you certain of this?
Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him,
I was planning on borrowing it from myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see I was wearing this sweater here. Dally stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
My stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia. I'm so sorry.
Every time something about love is brought up, she gets physical.
A little while after I left, I started to get worried.
Why'd you get worried, homie? After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away?
Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious. You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Poor Mr. Wright. You look more like a murderer everything you say.
With everything you said.
So I went back, but he was just laying there dead. Hold it. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime?
Nope, nobody.
Jeez, could that stupid cop possibly sound any phonier?
You saying my voice acting is phony?
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now I need more info.
Info that will help me turn up some contradictions.
So this is only one thing I didn't press. There's one thing I did not press. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. After I shoved him... Wait. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly, yeah? I lost my temper and gave him a shove. Did I press this? Hold on, let's press this one again. Wait, isn't this the one that gave me the other one? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I laid him out, huh? I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cables anywhere to be seen.
Right, there was nothing like that at all. But it is possible that you merely overlooked it. Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
Now that I pressed everything, maybe we should go and see what Mia has to say now. Alright, so obviously we have to present something on that umbrella. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his umbrella. So we should present something. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Should I show the photo again? Because there's no umbrella. Oh, the umbrella is there. It's all the way to the right. I'm thinking we should present this damn photo. If he fell on top of his umbrella, why isn't it under him, you know? So I guess we have to present this?
Objection!
Alright, objection action! Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, I had mentioned that. I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, new hype music! Gavel, gavel, gavel! Order, order, order in my court! The victim, you're saying he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Umbrella added to the court record. But the umbrella could simply be blown there by the wind. He would have been on top of it. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
Gavel, stop speaking in tongues, Mr. Winston.
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No.
Asian guy is surprised. However, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Phoenix testimony added to the court record. Well done, Mia. Son of a... You know what? It's all good. It's all good. I'm Asian. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seemed like I was expected too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness. Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. What the? He's using too much big of a word for the narrator to even say. Well, who is the witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Whoa, Dahlia Hawthorne. You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. You know what? Bring it on. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. Mia, what do you mean by that? You've been playing way too much Persona 3.
Gavel! I'm the only one who's allowed to play Persona in this court.
But anyway, I think it's a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Gavel!
April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3, not 1, not 2, not 4, but 3. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. I kind of fucked up, didn't I? It's alright, at least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy! You can't be serious after hiding such important facts!
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life? Huh. Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Miss Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. In this very courthouse, huh? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side anyway. Oh really? One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. Interesting. Damn, she looks pretty. No, for real, she actually looks pretty. That's a pretty awesome character design. Wait, if he said he was studying to be a lawyer on the side, what was his main ambition in college then? What was his main course? That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I just knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. It's a pendant in my hand. She gave it to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present. I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy. I show it off to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dahlia's present. Borrowed from Phoenix Wright. Anyway, you know what? Let's take a look at that right now. It's probably important to the case. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. He shows it to everyone. No shame in this game. A small bottle necklace given to Wright. What's in it? Whatever. Let's keep going. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't have to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What? Let me guess, that was her first, I'm gonna guess that was her first time being in court, and she lost, right? And maybe Dahlia Hawthorne has something to do with it. Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it. Mission impossible, mission impossible, mission impossible. Mission impossible, mission impossible. Oh, I see! Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's a relationship between these two cases, am I correct? Newspaper clipping added to the court record. Hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look at the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Miss Mia. It looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be continued.